next option in the main menu after the users is the content. If we click on this link, we'll find the Featurebox, Gallery, News, Pages and Menus, Public Uploads and the Welcome message. Okay, so let's go straight into the Featurebox. In the Featurebox option, we'll find first of all the list of the available feature boxes. We currently have 3 and this is set by the default. We have the create option or the create link, the categories, create category and the preferences. Okay, so basically you can see that we have the link categories and create categories, and basically we will create a category and that category will actually go into the list which can be found under the categories. But before we do that, let's have a look at the feature box list. Okay, so this is the table given here, and once again we have the search option here where we can actually type in the actual title or the category or whatever we would like, and we can actually find that particular feature box, or we can actually go and filter them by the categories or filter them by the visibility. And if we actually select any of these, so for example if I go tabs and if I hit on filter, it will actually show me only the feature box which actually belong to the category called tabs. Okay, let's go to display all once again, and here what we can find is first of all the ID, the category. So this is something that we would create in the create category section, which is located right here. We have the titles, so I have slide 1, 2 and 3. We have the template, so there are a couple of templates which you can use to actually create your feature box, and then we have the visibility, who is this visible to, and we have the order in which they appear, and we have some options here is actually to move up and down each one of these, to edit each one, or to actually go and delete that particular item. Alright, so let's go now and let's actually go into create category. First of all, as the name suggests, this is where you'll be creating your categories. Basically you can choose the icon, you can give your category a title, and then you can select one of the available templates. So there's a couple of those, and by clicking on one of this radio button you have actually selected that particular category template. Alright, then we have the availability to make it a random, so we can enable it or disable it. By the default it's selected to be disabled. Who can view this once again? So we have a list of all the group of the peoples here, and there's option here everyone but, and then you would select for example admin. Anyone who visits your web page will be actually allowed to view this except for this particular person. So in this case that would be the admin, so anyone else can view it except for the admins. Of course this is just an example, but you would never actually set this not admin. You would probably use this option most of the time, for example to set not guests, so anyone can view this except for the guests. Okay, and then we have the limit, and we have the optional parameters, which is more advanced, and basically if you click on this you can actually set some of the JavaScript parameters here if you would like. Okay, so once you have actually created a category, that category will appear under the categories link right here. So at the moment by the default, once again e107 has created those, and I have 3 different categories, and here they are. Alright, so if I created a new one, that category would appear here. And after I've done that, I will most probably go into the create option here, which will actually take me through a process of creating a new feature box. Alright, so category, like I've said before, we have created a category, we have checked that it's actually available there, and now we can actually create a feature box and select the category from the drop down menu right here. At the moment I have only 3, which we have seen in the previous step in the list available there. Then I would give some sort of a title to my feature box. I can insert a image or a video by clicking on this box here, and here is the message text, or actually the body of my feature box. Down the bottom I have a couple of options for the template, so once again I can select from all the available options. So for example I would like this to be a generic one, and I will hit on this radio button and select generic template for my feature box. Image link, if there's an image link it should be inserted here, and who is this visible to once again? you can select from the group of people or the class of the people, and then you can use this option here, everyone but for example guests. Down the bottom we have the order, and you can change that to any number you would like. Once you have done that, you would hit on the create button. Now this order you can set up here, and then you can go all the way to the feature box list, and you can change that by actually dragging and dropping it just like so. This will actually change its order. Okay, so that's pretty much on the feature box. Let's go back now and check out the gallery. The very first information we'll find here is the system information, which will actually inform us that the gallery is already active. We simply need to import and assign images to the gallery categories, and we'll do this by actually using Media Manager. So this is something we'll have a look in one of the later video tutorials. But as for the galleries, we are actually dealing here with the preferences, and we have two tabs. So there's the general preferences and there's the slideshow menu. In the general preferences, we can set up the image max width and the image max height, so basically the actual dimensions of our gallery. We have the show download link to enable it or disable it, and we actually set how many images per page we would like here, so by entering a number in this field here. In the slideshow menu, first of all, we'll find the slideshow category, and basically we have only one category, which is gallery 1, and basically what this does, it will include the images from the gallery 1 when it actually builds the sliding menu. So we're actually saying here, use images from gallery 1 to actually build my sliding menu. The next option there is slide duration. So at the moment I have 1000, and basically this is in seconds, and I wouldn't have it as 1000 seconds. I'll probably put it as a couple of seconds, the duration of the whole slide. So basically, if for example you have 10 slides and you would like them to be 5 seconds each, you would put 50 here, which means 50 seconds for the actual full jump or for the actual duration of the slide. The next option there is whether or not to enable the auto start slide, so whether or not to have the slides sliding automatically if you would like, or to actually have some users click on a particular button and then the slide will actually start changing and everything else. But the default, it's enabled, and this is pretty much a standard way of setting up the slideshows. Then we have the slide frequency, and by default it's set to 4000. Once again, this is seconds, and basically this says how many seconds will each slide be present. So basically the duration of each slide. And in my example I had before, I had for example 5 slides and I wanted them to last for 10 seconds each. 5 seconds I would put in this box here, and in this box here I would actually put 50. Okay, and the last option there is the slide effects, and you have the drop down menu, and we have slide left, slide down, or fade. I think this is pretty much self-explanatory.